York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks. We are the New York Knicks.
Let's take it back from the top. Let's take it back from the top. All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this now Tuesday morning. Another edition of Knicks Postgame Live presented by Underdog Fantasy. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com and use our code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. The West Coast trip continues as the Knicks take on the Dubs in San Francisco, looking for revenge. One man down on the heels of OG Anunoby's injury. OG heads back home. Deuce heads into the starting lineup and doesn't skip a beat. This Knicks starting five put on a show in San Francisco. A career high for McBride, 29 points, 6 of 9 from downtown. You had 34 from Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson. Josh Hart playing football out there with a triple-double, his 5th on the campaign. Devo, Hart. This was a 5-man battle, and the Knicks come out victorious, man. 119 to 112, 4-game win streak, 3-0 on the road, and the orange and blue crew continue to roll, man. CP the Fanchise, JD Sports Talk on the ones and twos.
Let's
Game
go.
balls. Game ball. I got to get game balls to the entire five, but
Get
we
right
got
to
to
it.
start off. Let's get right to it. The deuce was loose on both ends of the court. That boy Steph Curry wasn't trying to work tonight. He saw Deuce on him, sticking on him like white on rice. He said, "Nah, you know what? Let me go on load management and just I can't handle it tonight." 2-way effort. I thought this was damn near a 48-minute effort by McBride tonight. It was damn near 48 minutes. He did sit out for like a spell, but it was damn near a 48-minute night tonight. Putting in work. Snapping the nets from downtown, snapping the nets from the mid-range, passing the ball, too. Don't forget about the pass. He only had 2 dimes, but I thought he was moving the ball very well, whether operating from the paint or finding the corner shooters. Great game by McBride tonight. I thought he had one of many signature plays, especially in this fourth quarter. Things kind of got a little chaotic in the second half. Golden State was making their runs, but McBride with a clutch 3 and then displaying the hustle, man, in fouling Andrew Wiggins, who then proceeded to miss 2 free throws. Huge play in that game, and I thought that ultimately swung the game into the Knicks' favor. So great job by McBride. You had Brunson, who was getting hacked all night, and every time he would get hit, he would turn up and get tight. He would get tight and just start chopping people up. 12 of 25 for Captain Clutch. Another efficient night, 34 and 7. You had Hart out there passing the ball like Jokic out there. He was looking like Steve Nash out there, bro. Threading the needle on every play. I mean, you jump in here, man, because there's so many guys we got to talk about tonight. Great team win. Jump in here with your takes on this one, man.
Impressive win for the New York Knicks on the road. Also was on national television tonight against a team that is coming off an impressive win themselves on national TV against the Los Angeles Lakers on the road. And the Warriors are coming off a 3-game road trip. And this is the first of a mini 2-game home step. And you know, many teams, they win that last game on the road. They're coming back home. They're coming energized. They're playing a New York Knicks team that has now garnered respect around the league. And you saw it was going to be a tough task. So the Vegas line moving all the way up to 6.5 before the game with the OG news. So you started to see the energy of a night where you would say, you know what? We're not going to have it tonight. It's okay. We've won the first 2 games on the road. You know, it is what it is. And boy, did this team respond. How about Tom Thibodeau? We had a draft before the night. I drafted Precious Achiuwa thinking, well, with no OG, Tibbs is going to go right back to Precious Achiuwa. And Tibbs said no. Golden State Warriors play extremely small. We're going to make this adjustment. We're going to start Deuce McBride, and we're also going to put him on Steph Curry. So give
All night.
credit to the head
All
coach
night.
on that adjustment. And boy, did Deuce McBride respond to the calling. And you talk about the way that he defended Steph Curry. I'm talking about, like, if you watch the game, man, he was all over him like a cornerback playing in the NFL,
Yeah.
playing man-to-man defense. Every single possession. And, unless you play basketball, you don't really understand the energy when you're playing Steph Curry, a guy that literally he's moving when he has the ball,
Yeah.
he's moving when he doesn't have the basketball, he's still moving. And for Deuce McBride to come in and score 29 points, still not even getting foul trouble in the first quarter. Because when you're playing tight defense like that, you see with the referees who have now dialed it back in terms of the way they're calling these games. It seems like the NBA is getting everyone prepped for playoff basketball. You see a lot of more physical play out there. And that is advantage to the Knicks. And
Yeah.
moving forward, the way the referees are calling these games now, you're starting to see some of these teams, they're not going to be as prepared for the New York Knicks physicality. And we've started to see it already from, opposing head coaches talk a lot about the Knicks being a physical defense. Man, this is an impressive win, CP, to go
What a
now
win.
3-0 on the road.
What a
You
win.
got 2 days rest before you get ready for Denver. So you may not even have that, last game on the road fatigue that a lot of teams
Yeah.
face at the end of a road trip. Got a couple games to rest, and I think they'll be ready for Denver as well. So, um, I mean, this is unbelievable, man.
Insane.
The team they have a lot of confidence, and I love when they get these wins on national television because it continues to add to that building momentum that the Knicks are having. I haven't been used to this time where the national media is looking forward to the Knicks being healthy. We're looking forward to the Knicks being healthy, and just to see what is the true ceiling of this team completely healthy.
No question about it. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Throw a 4 in the chat for 4 in a row, or throw a 3 in the chat for 3-0 on the road. Whatever you guys choose, throw it in the chat right now. Everybody that is up late night with us on the check-in, salute to everybody in the chat, man. My guy Sean Lucas says, CP, where's the scotch? I got to get up early tomorrow, man. I got work in the morning, man, so it ain't the weekend. It ain't weekend vibes. You know what I'm saying? So, we just going to keep it business tonight. Shout out to Son from Brooklyn. $10 super chat says, PCP, Peace JD. The Deuce Hive is activated, and respect to Coach Tibbs for having faith in Deuce McBride by putting him into the starting lineup. 50 Burger is near KFTV. Well, Tibbs has shown you all year he's got faith in McBride, man. He started even when Brooks and Bogdanovich got here. He started when they needed him to start. As JD said, with the Warriors playing small, this was the opportunity to go small. You needed somebody on Stephen Curry the entire night to be a pest, to be a thorn in his side, and that was what Deuce McBride gave him. Will they go with that lineup against Denver? Probably not. But at the end of the day, what Deuce McBride has been showing you all season long, since he's been here, is that whenever he gets his opportunity, he shows up and he's ready to play. And sometimes that opportunity in certain points of his career, it would come once every couple of games. It would be a couple minutes here, situational here, situational there. But he delivers, man. Whether it's limited minutes or it's full minutes, he's going to give you 1,000%. All those post-game interviews that he gives you, he tells you, I'm ready for this moment. I've wanted this moment this entire time. And he's delivering, man. Snapping the nets. 6 of 9 from downtown, man. His shot creation bag. This is looking like the G League guy. Like Mike Breen said on the telecast, this is looking like the G League guy that was killing the G League. Now it's starting to translate. And with the experience, this has been great experience for him. With the Knicks being shorthanded, this has been great experience for McBride.
He's shooting 42% from 3 in March, including tonight's game. And this is going to be now a key weapon, CP, for situational playoff basketball, where Tom Thibodeau is gaining a lot of confidence in trusting a young player in big time minutes, in big time games, and in big time moments. He's not, he's slowly been, molding McBride into these playoff, into these lineup combinations where he's starting to play him a lot with Brunson. Like, he's starting to trust McBride. And the thing about McBride that is in favor of him now, as he is a player that has gained confidence and the coach has gained confidence in him, is even in minutes where maybe he doesn't hit his shots, he's going to find his way to stay on the floor because of the other side of the basketball. Whereas you start to see with like a player like Bogdanovich and even Burks, if they're not, giving you anything offensively, the coach doesn't have
They
confidence
were
in
brutal.
keeping them on the floor. So that's the advantage that McBride has. And I'm telling you, man, when we're looking at playoff matchups and you look like to be able to just have McBride and just say, you know what? Go ahead, go guard Stephen Curry. I mean, that's
Major.
crazy, man.
That's major. That was
That's
major for him,
major
man.
for this team to be able, play him 10 minutes in the playoffs against Dame. Play him 10 minutes in the playoffs against, Darius Garland. Like to be able to have that where playoff basketball every minute is so, so crucial. It's a huge weapon that you're
Huge.
gonna see also in the playoffs. Deuce McBride's value to this basketball team.
Insane win for the Knicks, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. CP and JD on the ones and twos. Trying to get the phones up here. Not hearing anything from the phones here. Hang on.
To start your show now, press 1.
Here we go. All right, so we're getting the phones up. Hang tight. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or you could hit us up on the Knicks Fan TV Discord while we wait for the phones to heat up. Let me salute some more Super Chats. $10 Super Chat from Corey Mitchell, Fanchise channel member, says, smart move by Tibbs to start McBride and slot Hart to the 4. That's why we got off to a much better start than our last matchup. Maybe an old dog can learn new tricks. Hey, man, Tibbs has been up on the times, man. He's been up on it. So he puts McBride in there. They do the damn thing. Golden State started off bricking everything, throwing the ball all over the place. 5 turnovers in the first quarter for Golden State, and the Knicks were able to capitalize. And not only was it Deuce, there's so many guys we got to talk about, man. I thought Hart and Brunson set the tone, feeding off of each other. The two-man game between them was potent, and then they finished the night in two-man action and finishing the game. So it was just a great job by them. I thought Hart did a remarkable job, especially passing. He was feeding guys all night. He's looking a lot better as he ramps up from the sore Achilles. He was much more mobile, passing the ball very well. Great job by Hart. And then Josh Hart, man. We talk about Deuce playing 48 minutes. You talk about sacrifice and being ready. This is what Josh Hart has been doing all season long. All season long, sacrificing for this team, playing on demand, facilitating, rebounding, playing like a dog. I mean, when you talk about New York grit, it's Josh Hart, man. Another triple-double for him in 48 minutes, bro. People were wondering when he was going to earn that check. He's been doing it for basically 3/4 of the season, man. He had like one bad stretch, and he's been killing it ever since.
And he's been phenomenal, man. And it's funny because we thought, okay, when OG comes back, when this guy comes back, maybe his minutes is gonna decrease. I don't know, man. Like even when OG came back, he had like another, I think it was like 39 minutes.
Yeah.
His minute went down by like 1 or 2.
By any means necessary. Might be his new name, bro. His new nickname. By any means necessary.
And I tell you what, CP, because of that development, I think that so Randall, let's say Randall gets back, OG gets back. Like I mentioned, you would think that would mean that Hart goes into a 22 to 26, 28-minute game. I don't know, man. I think what this is going to mean is you're going to have both the veterans from Detroit out of the rotation. I think Bogdanovich is in real trouble of not even being in the playoff rotation because if Randall's back and OG's back, Tom Thibodeau's going to go to 8, 9, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's going to be like he's not going to decrease, Josh Hart's value or his minutes just to get Bogdanovich or Burks on the floor.
No.
Because if Randall is even remotely healthy, Randall's going to get a ton of minutes. OG's going to get a ton of minutes. So it's like, where are the minutes going to come from? Well, he's simple. He's just going to keep it to 7, 8, 9 guys.
Yeah.
And those guys are on the outside looking in right now, in my estimation.
When I look at Tibbs' favorites, I look at it in this order. It's Brunson, it's Hart, and it's McBride. Those are his guys. Like Brunson, forget it. Automatic, right? Like, no need to even name him. But Hart is going to be closing in games. He might be closing in games at the 2 over Dante, depending on what you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hart is going to be closing a lot of games because he's Mr. Everything for this team. Everything. Defense,
Tibbs,
rebounds, hustle plays. That's the guy for Tibbs.
and Tibbs does not care if he misses shots. He doesn't
Nah.
care.
Nah.
Like he's not even remote. He doesn't remotely care that he misses shots. So then you start to look at it. Okay, you got the starting five. You got Josh Hart 6. You have McBride 7, and then you have Mitch 8.
Yeah. And Mitch said, "I'll come
Because
off the bench."
listen,
said, "I'll come off the bench." Okay.
and he even showed you tonight where I thought Precious was a lock,
Yeah.
but then he had that moment where he put
Tough.
he gave Sims minutes over Precious.
Yeah.
That showed me that even Precious is not a lock
Yeah.
to get playoff minutes like that.
Jackson Davis was eating him up. Jackson Davis was eating him up tonight.
Yeah, and Jackson Davis, and what happened there with Precious is, first of all, Jackson Davis is a good offensive rebound. Over his last 10 games, he's had like 6-4.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of high offensive rebound games. He's an athletic big. And the Warriors put a lot of pressure on the bigs because when they put you through pick and rolls or pick and pops, you saw with Chris Paul, when Chris Paul was making those shots, Precious had trouble diagnosing, where to go.
Yeah.
And a few possessions, he was too high on the hedge on the pick. And another possession on his drop, he was too far back. And then once the shot is up, his eyes took him away from Jackson Davis, where he just looks up at the rim and he doesn't put a body on Jackson Davis to box him out.
Yeah.
And he's relying on his athleticism. And here comes Jackson Davis out of nowhere, gets the offensive rebound. So I think the matchup was just a tough matchup because of the pressure that the guards put on centers in the Steve Kerr, Golden State Warriors system. So just a bad matchup tonight. But yeah, that it's a learning experience for Precious in terms of being aware of how to locate your big man after the shot is up.
No question about it. Jackson Davis has been really good for the Warriors this year, man. He's having a great year for them, and part of their resurgence has been their youth movement. Kuminga didn't have it tonight, but Jackson Davis has been having it for most nights. Now, in the second quarter, late in the second quarter, the Dubs started to turn it up a little bit. They started hacking. Knicks weren't getting the calls. Dubs were going on some runs. Knicks were turning it over, a la the Dubs in the early first quarter. So they got back into the game a little bit as the game went into the first half. And after that, I was like, okay, is it going to be a tale of two halves situation where, the Knicks were kind of just playing high and mighty, and then the Dubs were going to settle in? Third quarter, it was kind of like teetering there, but then you had some big plays. Now DiVincenzo's time. Third quarter, Dante's lighting it up from 3. He's going in. And so, at each moment, every Dubs run was answered by another Knick run. Like, the Knicks were able to quell those runs throughout pivotal moments of this game, in the third quarter and in the fourth. But things got tricky in the fourth, man. And, I was ready to pull my hair out because you could see that McBride and Hart were losing their legs. You could see that they were running out of steam. So you had them in there. You had Precious. And you had Burks and Bogdanovich who were bumming it up the entire night. Bogdanovich damn near throwing passes cross court that was knocking off the side of the rim. Burks missing air ball and damn near floaters, bumming it up the entire night. So you had that 5 out there. That was a toxic combination. That could have really swung the game in the Golden State's favor. Thank God Tibbs pulls that lineup, gets Brunson and Hart back in there to steady the ship. And then you had a lot of key plays in that fourth. Like I said, you had the McBride, big 3, fouling Wiggins. Wiggins missing the 2 free throws. You had Brunson and Hart connecting. Josh Hart with a monster layup inside off of a Hart dump pass. Brunson operating out of the mid-range, cooking everybody from Steph to CP3. They had to come in, rally the troops, and get the W, man.
Bro, what we gonna do with these guys from Detroit, man? What we gonna do, man? What we gonna do with these guys, man?
I don't know, man.
I mean, how many more games, man? Can you? And this is the saying, like, the coach gets a lot of minutes, police heat, but it's like, even as a fan watching the game, man, I get so frustrated because when they're out there, I want to win the game, and I'm thinking about, like, my fan emotional side says, pull him out right now, Tibbs. Like, bench him right now. But then at the same time, I'm like, damn, but we need these guys to get some rest. Like, we can't just, can't just be, everything can't be an emotional reaction.
Right.
There has to be some basketball strategy to this. And I guess a possession or two, Bogdanovich rewarded you because he hit a couple of shots, he hit a little mid-range shot in the paint. But other than that, man, it's like, yo, these guys, if they're not first of all, they're not hitting open shots. And like I said with Bogdanovich, if there's one guy that is praying for Randall to get back, it's probably Bogdanovich, because one interesting thing that Tibbs said about him in the last post game was he said that they're still trying to figure out how to get him the type of looks he needs. And you've seen it a couple times where maybe they'll run a play for him. Sometimes he has to isolate, and he's not an isolation player.
Not
He's too
anymore. Not
slow.
anymore, bro.
Not anymore.
Bro. He's done his days in that.
Yeah, like, so Tibbs admitted himself, like, with him specifically, it's a process because they're trying to figure out, like, who, and you can't just worry about him so much. Like, he's not that important that you're gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna just stagger him with Brunson. It's like, no, bro, you're gonna go in when your time is up. That's why I think Randall's important for him, because Randall's gonna come in on the bench and kind of facilitate the offense off the bench, and he's gonna be able to get more open looks where he doesn't have to create as much. But other than that, there's nothing else they're bringing to the table, man. And if you were giving your summary about the game, but let's keep it real, CP. When you said every time the Warriors made a run, every time they made a run was off our bench. Every time they made a run,
bench gave you nothing, man. Bench gave you absolutely nothing.
It's a problem, and it goes to show you how important even OG and Randall are, because it's like, is this going to be our life if these guys are not here? Like, we're going to have to play everybody 40, 44, 45 minutes? It's a problem, man. These guys have to figure it out, because it's a great win, but grand scheme of things, we got to get something from one of them, at least one of them.
Well, for tonight, there's only one thing we could do with them, man.
Put them in the trunk.
Put them in the what?
Put them in the trunk.
That's it, man. You know what I mean? That's the only thing we could do for them tonight. Sacramento was their night. Tonight was a bum night for them, so.
Put them in the trunk.
Put them in the what?
You think they're feeling pressure? You think that's
Put
what
them
it
in the
is?
trunk.
It looks like it. It looks like it. They're pressing. It looks like they're pressing, man.
They're veterans, man.
Bro,
and I'm just like, is it pressure?
Bro, when I saw Bogdanovich try to pass it to Burks from one corner to the next, and that thing went off the side of the backboard, I said, all right. That was in the first quarter. That was in the second quarter. I said, all right. Shake, what do you got for us, man? Anybody else? Because I don't know, man. It was just looking bummy out there for those two guys. And, but one thing that I thought was a big adjustment for even McBride tonight was that he didn't have much on-ball duty. And I thought that's what got him in a little bit of trouble against Sacramento, because Sacramento had better perimeter defenders, even though Brunson made him look average. Davion and Keon and those guys, they were able to keep McBride in front of them. And so that's why he got off to a slow start. But if you saw in this game, when he was playing next to Brunson, it was a lot of off-ball opportunities for him, and he was able to cash in on it. So I think it's the same thing with those guys. Like you said, you can't wait for Julius to come back, because that will allow those guys to have the ball less and get into catch-and-shoot situations. That's what we need. Catch-and-shoot situations from the corners, knock down those threes, be the outlet for Jalen and Julius to operate. But when you got to, have to orchestrate offense through those guys running the second unit, disaster, bro.
In a night like tonight, you saw Steve Kerr's game plan was, make some of these guys make shots. A lot of times, even late in the shot clock, they didn't even put that much pressure on ball on McBride, dare him to, make some perimeter shots over a contest. And McBride answered to that calling. Not so much, Josh Hart, Burks, or Bogdanovich, but McBride did enough to keep their defense at bay and allow Brunson, because, everybody makes an adjustment. And after a certain player is making a certain amount of shots, defense moves up a little bit. And that gives your best player just enough space to be able to operate. And, Jalen Brunson, man, I heard a guy from Indiana was supposedly better than this guy.
The burner.
I don't think so.
And every time they kept hitting him, he was cooking. Every time. And then he was looking at the ref like, bro, where's my respect?
Bro, and this is what I've been saying about Brunson this year versus Brunson last year. Is it me, CP, or are you noticing he's he's behaving like a superstar out there.
Yeah.
He's talking trash.
He was
He's
way more
looking
humble last year. Way more
He's humble last year. He's like, hey, I just want to be in the club.
Right.
Now he feels like he's in the club and
Yeah.
he wants to take over the club. Like he wants to be the president of the club.
Yeah.
He's over here. He's going back and forth at the free throw line with Draymond Green. He's complaining.
Yeah.
He's talking trash.
Way more.
Bro, his swagger is like a star.
It's on a million, bro. It's on a million.
He's
but then he comes
confident
back
out there.
and
It don't
he's
matter
killing
who's
them.
in front. And I'm like, he's calling for screens to get Curry to defend him. I'm like, damn, you're disrespectful, man. You're calling on Curry? That's how you feel, Brunson?
He's a killer, man. He's an absolute killer, man. Let's get to the phones, man. Great breakdown on the game. Let's get to the phones. Everybody rapid fire. It is 1 o'clock after all, but, we got 3,000 people here in the check-in. Let's get it going. Everybody hit that like button first and foremost, man. CP and JD on the ones and twos. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Share this video right now. Share this video on Facebook. Share it on Twitter. Share it, text your mom. Wake up. Tell her the number one show for the fans by the fans is on and popping. 3,000 people on the check-in. Go look around NBA podcasts right now and see who's rocking right now at 1 a.m. with 3,000 people. I'll wait. Number one show for the fans by the fans. Welcome to everybody. Have fun. Abdul from San Diego was in the building tonight representing KFTV heavy. Let's go to my guy, man. Abdul, how you feeling, man?
Yo, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. Give us a check-in report. Let's go.
Look, man. Quick check-in. Look, I'm going to call my brother-in-law. He's a Warriors fan.
Yeah,
so
tell
I'm
him
going
go
to be polite to him just because he's driving us home.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, don't take a nap. But, yeah, go ahead.
But, look, man, let me tell you guys, man. The energy was live in there.
Yeah.
Incredible. First, the arena was beautiful, first and foremost. But it was a lot of Knicks fans in there.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, my brother-in-law looked around. He said, yo, why is there so many Knicks people around? I'm like, yo, we travel well, bro. We travel well when we come to this game, man. The energy was live. Man, Deuce, from the beginning of the game, showed up. You guys saw it on TV, but to be there in person, man, every shot he took, man, the release was just perfect. The form was perfect. Playing defense on Steph Curry. Look, you're never going to stop Steph Curry, but the defense he played was at least to stay in front of him.
Yeah.
He gave him a little bit of a trouble when it comes to him three-point shooting, man, but I'm going to tell you right now, when our starters came out and the bench came in, I was nervous, man. I was sweating. I'm like, yo, we got to do something about these dudes that's on the bench, man, because it's not going to fly. But look, at the end of the day, man, we got the W, which is most important. Look, we came in town. We got the win. I'm driving back to San Diego tomorrow.
Let's go.
I feel good. Shout out to the Knicks, man. Keep it rolling. Let's finish off this West Coast swing on the right foot, and everybody stay healthy. Salute to you fellas, man. Keep doing a great job.
Yes, sir.
And it was fire, man. I hope you guys with the MVP chats.
Yes,
I was in there. I didn't lose my voice tonight, but I was going heavy.
Good job, man. Way to represent Knicks Nation. Way to represent Nick KFTV, man. My guy Abdul from San Diego. Got safe travels back, man. Safe travels back. Y'all drive safe, man. All right. That was Abdul from San Diego. Will from LI. Will, go ahead and unmute your mic. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, CPJD? You guys got me?
Loud and clear. You on the mic, man. Let's go.
Awesome, bro. We're going to keep it rapid fire, but just know I am hype, bro. I am hype. Literally, I was flying back from LA today, and thank God that that this was an ESPN game, and I was able to watch the game while on the flight.
Yeah.
I'm making all these sounds and shit. I'm sorry, family show.
Yeah,
all this sound and stuff, and
show.
everybody's going crazy, telling me, "Hey, what's going on?" But hey, I'm just happy that we won this game, man. I'm just super excited. Everybody's looking good. The only people that's not looking good right now is Bogdanovich, bro. I don't know what we gotta do to get this guy going on. Like he's like Evan Fournier-esque. I don't know what is going on. Like he can shoot, but if he's not shooting, his defense is just so bad, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep it rapid fire. Shout out to the squad. Great win. Let's go ahead and shut it down for Thursday. Shout out to you guys, man. Take care.
So we got Will from LI, who was in LA, head back to LI. We got Abdul from San Diego. Everybody in the chat right now, throw your cities, throw your state, throw your country in the chat. Let us know where you guys are checking in from, and we will shout you guys out. Everybody spam the chat with your cities, your state, your countries. Let us know where you're tapping in from. If you're not able to chat, that means you're not a subscriber. So that means you got to hit the subscribe button, refresh your browser if you're watching on a computer, and then go ahead and type, man. Go ahead and type. $10 Super Chat, JD from the Rhyme Animal Chuck D says, what a win. House money headed to Denver and still pissed at Mike Malone. Hart looked as tall as Yao Ming out there tonight. What's up with Ben Wiggins? Ooh, we are the New York basketball rugby Knicks. Bow down. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D, JD. Rhyme Animal Chuck D, man. with some bars for us. Salute.
Not even Andrew Wiggins
No.
could stop Jalen Brunson tonight.
Couldn't do it. Could not do it, man. And you know what? Will from LI caught himself with the family show. I got a funny story to tell Knicks Nation before we wrap up tonight's show about why the family show credo is so important, because I almost cost us some cash. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that right now. On a little slip up, I almost cost myself. So I would tell you why the family show stuff is so important. But anyway, let's get to the people. 908, what's your name? Where you calling in from?
Yo, James.
Yes, sir.
Yo, James from Jersey. I'm out in Colorado now.
Okay.
2 miles high. We ain't 1 mile high. Anyways.
Okay. Sound stoned. Okay.
Yo, I'm just saying, I joined the call late. I don't know if y'all touched on this or not, but
yeah,
if we get OG and Mitch and all these guys and Randall back, yo, they might have to come off the bench. That's what I'm thinking.
Who?
Rapid fire. Another point, too. Another question. Everybody been talking about Embiid and D-Mitch. Like, yo, we don't need that. We don't need that. I'm out the window. First time I'm ever out the window. I just want y'all thoughts.
Hey.
Well, hold on. Did he say if OG and Randall come back, they may have to come off the bench?
You said they need to come off the bench?
No. Not OG. But, yo, dude, like, they flowing right. Like, say we keep this rolling. We get the win in Denver. Say we get, like, 48, 49 wins or something. Like –
all right,
look,
all right.
To join up in the
say it. You want Randall to come off the bench?
Yeah, yo.
All right. We're gonna drop him off. We're gonna drop him off. He's mile high for sure. As a matter of fact,
you know when you press someone and they're rethinking, they're like, "Did I just say that?"
Yeah.
That's why I said, "Say it."
Bro, stay on the line because I need a contact for the plug for the whatever dispensaries he's getting his stuff from out there. When I get out there in Denver, I need to call them. Oh, my man was floating. He was stammering on his words and everything. Then he said Randall got to come off the bench.
And he said they. And I checked him on OG.
He said
okay,
they.
not OG.
He said they. Whoa. WG in the chat says, dude is mile high himself.
Before we get to Denver, he's already mile high.
That man was on a gas mask or something, man. Whoa.
He said we get... This is his justification. If we get 48 or 49 wins.
Yeah. Listen, guys, listen. It's a great win. You can't take regular season victories and translate it to the playoffs. It's a dangerous game to play. They're different seasons, different game plans. It is a different ball game. It's great to see everybody playing well, getting the win, and positioning themselves correctly for the playoffs, right? Because if they would have lost tonight, they would have dropped to 5th. So tonight was a very important game. So we'll agree with him on that. But let's slow down a little bit, man. 301, what's your name? Where you calling in from? Rapid fire. Let's go.
What's going on, y'all? This is Dray from PG County, Maryland.
Yeah.
First-time caller, long-term listener.
Appreciate it.
Listen, man. Steph Curry got the night off. He didn't have to cut. We bought buckets of barbecue chicken to the crib, man.
Yes, we did.
Mild 30 piece from McBride. He ate one in the car.
Yeah.
So it's only 29, and a spicy 30 piece from Jalen.
Let's go.
He's a nice guy, so we threw in an extra 4. Those two alone outscored the Warriors by themselves.
Yeah.
The Warriors starters by themselves. Jalen, McBride outscored the whole Warriors starters. Note to the NBA: nobody in your team can guard Jalen. We got the LeBron James of Raymond Felton starting at point guard every night. Josh Hart with the 8 everything bagel, no spread.
Let's
I'm just
go.
be honest, man. I'm ready for May. I'm ready for May, June. I want Boston. Forget the Cavs. Forget Orlando. None of them matter.
Okay.
I want Boston.
Okay.
I want them now. Like, I want them right now. But it's not May, June. I got to be patient. My mom, the pastor, everybody tells me patience is a virtue.
Okay.
But I want Boston, man. Let's get them out the way.
Appreciate
Y'all have fun tonight, man. Thank you for everything.
Appreciate the call, man. All right. So sounds like, one guy was stoned. This guy's got the munchies. He's talking about 4-piece chicken, 3-piece chicken, 10-piece chicken. He's writing freestyle about food.
The 1 a.m. Knicks.
The 1 a.m. show, ladies and gentlemen. KFTV After Dark. Here we go. Who's next? Third time's a charm. 917. What's your name? Where you calling in from? What do you got for us, man? What's your
Yo,
what's
this
what's
is
your
Yoke.
talent, sir? What's up?
Yoke from Mount Vernon, Jamaican. You don't know.
You done no money earning. Let's go.
Considering Tibbs to be the year candidate. That's all I got to say. All right?
Coach of the year.
Love what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Respect. Yeah,
Thank you.
Coach of
Thank
the
you.
year. I mean, think about it. Three people injured.
Yeah. I got you. You're coming in and out, so I just want to drop the call. I think it's going to go to OKC's coach, though. I think the Agnol's going to get it. First in the West is still first in the West. Or hovering around first. You got Shea as an MVP candidate. Tibbs is doing a great job, all things considered, like he said, right? You give him credit, right? But I think realistically, it goes to the OKC coach. What do you think, bro?
I think the three candidates is probably the OKC coach. It's funny we're saying the OKC coach because I have no idea what his name is.
Diagonal. Mark Diagonal. Diagonal. Yeah, Diagonal.
You have the OKC coach.
Yeah.
You have Joe Mazzulla.
Mazzulla, sure.
Mazzulla's up there, and Timberwolves.
Yeah.
I think those are the top three.
Mm-hmm.
Those are your top three. Mike Malone, but he's not going to get it. And then you're looking at maybe JB Bickerstaff, Thibodeau. Maybe that's the next tier.
Rightfully so. But hey, another year hovering around that 4 seed, 3 out of 4 years in the playoffs. May not be coach of the year, but he's going to get that bag. So, hey, listen, the Brunson Tibbs ticket is here to stay for the foreseeable future. So just get ready for it, man. 240, what's your name? Where you calling in from?
What up, fellas? It's your boy Maestro from Jersey.
Maestro, let's go.
All right. First let me say shout out to that Howard Bison,
we shouting out the Hampton Pirates, but shout out to Howard for representing the MEAC. We not in the MEAC, man. We moved up. We moved into the majors.
Moved up. Y'all ain't want no more of that smoke. Anyway, what I wanted to say was, with them Detroit boys, you know what it is. They say, winning and losing is contagious. They've been in Detroit so long, they're used to that losing. They ain't used to the type of intensity that they got to deal with now.
Yeah, that could be it too, man. That could be it too.
So you got to give them some time. I think they'll get it eventually, you know what I'm saying? But great win tonight, you know what I'm saying, on the Denver.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
There you go, man. Congrats, though. Congrats to Howard. I'll be rooting for them. I'll be rooting for Howard. 475, what's your name? Where you calling in from? Rapid fire. Let's go.
What's going on, man? It's Josh from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Josh, how you feeling?
First of all, shout out to the UConn Huskies.
Okay.
Men's and women's, especially the men's.
All right. How you feel about them this year, man? You think they're going to take it? What do you think, man?
I think they're going to take it, man.
Okay.
I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut. I think they're going to take it.
Okay.
Back to back. Let's get it.
Let's go.
But, CP, first of all, I want to say you really enlightened me to this whole new world of YouTube. I wasn't really into this shit.
Whoa. Family show, sir. Family show.
This like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't into that at first, but I stumbled upon your channel.
Yeah.
I appreciate everything that you and JD do, CJ, all y'all.
Yeah.
But Brunson has to stop scaring us like that. You can't get hurt every other game.
Yeah.
OG, I don't know what's going on, but let's get it. And McBride, you play like that? We don't need quickly. You play like that? Yeah. Let's go. We don't need that. Yeah. Randall, you need to get back. Let's go. We need to win a chip.
There we go.
I appreciate y'all. Salute y'all. I love y'all. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Family show's out the window tonight, JD.
Duce ain't the only one. Everyone's loose tonight.
Everyone's loose with it tonight, man. Whoa. But hey, that's what a win will do, man. Let's enjoy it. That is what a win will do. All right, here we go. We keeping it rapid fire. Let's go overseas with it, man. 527. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hello.
Yes.
You guys hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hey, this is the deportee from Mexico. How you doing? Hola, amigos.
Oh, my man. How you feeling, man? How you feeling? We're glad to, we're glad to hear from you, man.
I'm all right. Nobody knows where I'm at, so don't tell nobody.
Okay.
Hey,
right,
yo,
no problem.
So I want to talk about two things real quick. Number one, in the post, they were talking about Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench. I want to know what you guys think about that possibility because maybe he's rusty, maybe never Randall. I don't know what that other dude was talking about. That's ridiculous, bro. But and when I was telling you that Thibodeau, the last call, I was telling you that Thibodeau is going to expand the rotation. And look how he starts McBride off the bench. So I want to open that conversation again. In the playoffs, how many people you think could be in the rotation for the playoffs, bro? And that's my time. Peace.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. All right. I'm glad he right, Bruce. Feds are looking for him. So we're glad he kept it short. Hey, and now he announces himself as a deportee. My man wears it like a badge of honor. I didn't know it was like that. Maybe he's living a better life down there in Mexico, man.
Maybe he found a safer spot. He feels he feels safer to say it. So
maybe. All right. Well, hey, whatever you're into, man. Mitch. Mitch on IG. Shout out to our guys, Knicks Movement on IG. Mitch did respond saying that, hey, I'll rather come off the bench. Maybe I can show more. So Hart is his guy. I don't think Mitch is an ego guy. He seems like he's with whatever. He goes with the flow as long as he can contribute and get the ball here and there. And I think that'll happen. You can't take Hart out of rotation. I mean, Mitch is coming off the bench, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I just don't think there's going to be enough time for him to reclaim the job. You see that the Knicks have a ramp-up plan for Hart, and I guess you're starting to see the benefits of that recently because over the last couple games, you started to see more of the Hart that was, on his way to getting a big contract in terms of offensive versatility on top of his defense, and being able to be a piece in the starting lineup that can give spacing. Because sometimes with him, what he allows everyone else to do is to cut and use other ways to create spacing for Brunson, even when you don't have great shooters on the floor, because his passing is elite at that position.
Too good to keep off the starters lineup, bro.
And then he has that teardrop in the paint. So with Mitch, I don't know that he's going to have enough time to be a huge factor in the rotation. Let's see when he comes back. And the thing about Mitch is the condition is always a topic with him, where he needs a little bit more an extended period of time to get the timing, the awareness, and the conditioning where it needs to be so that he can be elite. And so let's see how many games he has left before he's in the rotation. And I think it is funny, though, because I think Mitch is going to die on that hill that he's a good offensive player, that he has this untapped, unlocked potential. Because notice how he says, maybe I can show something more. He's not talking about defense. What do you mean? We don't need to see that. Like, we know that.
100%.
So what else is he low-key talking? Well, I can come on the bench. Maybe I can show something more. Because he knows Quickly's not here. Maybe I'll get a few more offensive plays. He knows it's not going to happen. I just think that's Mitch being Mitch. And he's always going to believe that no matter what anybody else on the outside thinks. So I think that's Mitch's personality. He's a funny dude.
True indeed, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boys, CP and JD, on the ones and twos. Number one show for the fans, by the fans, is on and popping. Knicks win, beat the Dubs on the road, 119-112. Everybody's in the chat with us. We got 3,000 people in the chat with us. 1:30 in the morning on the East Coast. Let's go, man. We cooking. Let's shout out one of our sponsors of the night, man, and that is Manscaped, the leaders in men's grooming, both above and below the waist. Fellas, go to manscaped.com and use our code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Go out there and get that Lawnmower 5.0. They have a tremendous amount of products for today's man. Shampoo, conditioner. You have the beard hedger for your beard. You have the close-knit shaver, the handyman. And then you have the Lawnmower 5.0 to take care of the family jewels, man. We're starting to heat up. We're getting into March. April's coming. And then, hey, listen, it's that season. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
As long as you don't get the Diddy, we good.
That's it. That's it. No testimonials. You know what I mean? Just go out there and get it. No testimonials. Designs in the chat said, damn, graphics. Yo, yeah, we got the commercial now. We got the commercial.
Got the 3D.
We're stepping it up. We're stepping it up here. We're getting into playoff modes. You know what I'm saying? So Knicks are getting into that playoff mode. KFTV's getting into that playoff mode. 1:30 in the morning. The channel is cooking right now. My man said we enlightened him to this YouTube thing. And yeah, we've been here. Your favorite podcaster is catching up. We'll put it that way. You know what I'm saying? They're just catching up. 718, what's your name? Where you calling in from?
What's up, CP? I'm really glad you got JD on tonight, man.
Let's go.
Everything that I was about to say, JD already said it already.
He stole your then we got to get you on the show then. That's what you're saying.
I mean, listen, I'm open. Listen, I'm free. You know, I'm still looking for a job right now.
Oh, it's your time. So let's start with a rapid fire take. Let's go.
Yeah. But the one thing I just wanted to say was, you know, it's funny how the narrative with Tibbs a long time ago used to be he couldn't develop young players. And then now the narrative a lot of times is that he doesn't make adjustments. And there were so many adjustments that he made tonight. It was ridiculous. As a basketball nerd like I am, it was just so beautiful to watch. And, you know, I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to go into, you know, guys like Bogus and Burks or whatever. You know, let's just enjoy the win and let's keep it moving. I'll get off the phone, man. Have a good one.
Appreciate you, man. Call back anytime, my man. I appreciate that call. Call back anytime. 856, what's your name? Where you calling in from? Rapid fire, let's go. Yo, the phone lines are blowing up. The Discord is going crazy. It's 1:30 in the morning. You guys don't got work tomorrow? What's going on here? Yellow.
Hey, what's going on, CP?
Yeah, how you doing, man? What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hey, this is Ralph from New York. What's up?
Good, man. How you feeling, man? How you doing, man? Knicks win, man.
Good. Yo, when are we going to start giving Brunson some respect, man? This man is best point guard in the league. What's going on?
Oh, that man gets respect every day here on KnicksFanTV, sir. What do you mean?
I'm not the media though. Stephen A. ain't saying nothing. They saying he's not a number one star.
Well,
he's saying he's not a 1A.
Yeah, but that's why you got us, right?
This man is putting in work. When he's gonna start getting them calls too? He ain't getting no calls out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, on one hand, I like the physical play. I feel like the league is getting into playoff mode. I like that style. But at the same time, you know, as a physical player, as physical as he is, and as much as he can take hits, it sometimes will go against him. And so he's human, you know. He gets tired of it as well. So it's an interesting dynamic because on one end, it's like, yeah, I like the way that the refs allow them to play. But on the other end, you know, our guys are getting beat up out there.
And I mean, I think
Go ahead, JD.
I was saying, actually, things are starting to shift on the whole Brunson superstar thing. You know, that you had two telecasts tonight. You had the ESPN, you had Mike Breen on MSG, and on the on the national media, I saw a lot of times the announcer use the word superstar. The announcers say, you know, there's not anything he can't do. You see Kendrick Perkins bigging up the Knicks. Yeah. So and you see now, and I've never seen this. Maybe it's, I don't know, ratings play. Maybe it's, but I've never seen so many Knicks topics on these NBA countdown shows. Yeah. It's like the Knicks are always a topic now. Yeah. And everyone's excited to see how they're going to look when everyone's healthy. And I mentioned when Brunson got here, he had the year he had last year. Everything is a stepping stone. And I said, this season is the season that he's going to join that club so as much as if he, you know, duplicates last season. And he's done that and done it to another level. And then, so it takes its steps. Yeah. Now the playoffs is going to be another stamp on his profile. And next year, I don't think you're going to have the issues with voting next year.
No.
I also think low-key, there's a strategy to this whole now. Have you noticed over like the last month and a half, Brunson's like everywhere now. He's in these podcasts. Yeah. He's on these NBA countdown interviews. It's like if the Knicks just woke up and say, you know what? Let's market our guy more.
Yeah. Well,
I think it's all like
calculated.
Calculated to, you know, put him out there. And then next year, you don't have to worry about votes, even if New York doesn't vote.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, I was at a conference today and ran into a PR contact that we have here. And he actually sent me a commercial that Brunson just did with Sabrina Ionescu that I was supposed to release tonight, an AT&T commercial. So it speaks to exactly what you were talking about. And when earlier this year, when we talked about the lack of all-star voting and his lack of popularity to the fans, is because he hadn't been marketing himself. You know what I mean? And you know, when he was with Dallas as a backup point guard, you're not going to get that many opportunities. But now when you're on the big stage, the biggest market, the best team in the league with the best fans, He puts himself out there. So now he's in the commercials. He's pumping the cereal out there. He's got Roommates podcast with him and Josh Hart. They got the Hot Ones podcast that they just did promoting the Roommates podcast. So now the marketing
Knicks
machine is
even
starting.
themselves,
Yeah.
they posted on their channel this like Brunson's
Yeah.
journey to All-Star.
The storytelling.
And then, like I said, and then look at the way he's behaving on the court. Like,
Right.
I think all this is calculated, man.
Absolutely. It should be. It should be.
You're starting to see the result of that from a national media perspective, where the Knicks are being talked about more, and Brunson, when the games are live, is being respected. And just look at the players and the way that the strategy is against them. And I think in the playoffs, it's only going to go to another level. And then next year, you don't have to worry about this whole voting topics and stuff. People outside of New York are probably going to vote him in by the time next year starts.
Yeah. And listen, whether it's All-Star, All-NBA, it's a dollars and cents game. You know what I mean? It's a dollars and cents game. But we talked about it on Knicks Weekly last night. Once he makes that All-NBA this year, money time.
Bro,
money time.
He's cold,
those
bro.
50 bags. He's gonna double his salary, bro. In 2 years, he's gonna double his salary. 50 burger, $50 million for Jalen Brunson. He's getting
that super bag.
He's gonna get it, and rightfully so. He deserves it. He's got the team on. He's got team game.
No discount, man. No discount.
I wouldn't. We gave it to him already.
Can't we just give part of that? Can't we just give part of that salary to Rick? Rick can give it to him.
He probably got part of that too.
You don't have to announce coaches' salaries. You know what I mean? They don't announce the assistant coach. We don't know what they do.
Give Rick 10.
Give Rick 40. Like, yo, you gonna give 30 of that 40?
Jalen Brunson signs for the league minimum. The mid-level exception. What is going on here? Hey, by any means necessary, man. By any means necessary. But, yeah, absolutely fantastic season so far by Jalen Brunson. And just leading by example, man. 34 points tonight, 12 of 25 from the field.
CP, keep it real. Is there anybody, when you look at the East, is there anybody else in a close game that you will put ahead of Brunson?
No. And I told my guy Evan Roberts that. Remember that? When we had the Tatum versus Brunson debate, I said, who you taking in the biggest spot? He was like, well,
and when you said Brunson, they looked at you like
crazy.
And I was looking at them like, are y'all crazy?
I said I'd take him over half the league in crunch time. That's 100%.
CP, all you got, and the number one thing is, all you got to look at who many players debate between him and Jokic is the best player in the NBA, and Giannis. Giannis himself says, I'm giving the ball to Dame. And that goes to show you, when we have these debates or these conversations, which I don't understand, Brunson doesn't have to be he can be the Kyrie Irving, the Dame Lillard. He can be the closer and technically be the best player on the team.
Correct. Because
you could have the best player like Giannis, but if you don't have the closer, then what does it matter?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And he's low-key a little bit of everything. He can be the best player, I think. He can be the closer. He's a superstar, man.
Yeah.
Hands down. And I don't know that anybody, I think the whole playoff Jimmy is overrated. I really do.
Well, that's bound to come to an end. I mean, he's getting older.
But I'm saying, when you really look at the numbers, people be gassing it. Like, he had that crazy Milwaukee series, and everybody thought like he was like that every single game. In fact, you covered the finals. He was getting criticized that he wasn't aggressive enough.
Wasn't doing enough. Wasn't doing enough.
So when I look at the East, that's why I think the Knicks, if healthy, that's why I'm confident in their potential chances, because all they have to do is get into these close games. And now you're looking at Brunson versus the next best closer. And let's see who closes.
Absolutely.
So it's going to come down to.
We're going to get to all the Super Chats by the end of the show. Shout out to Fun and Honesty. $5 Super Chats is a Warriors. Should be 5th seed in the East. Would be a 5th seed in the East. The West is just that good. They are way above 500 with the Lakers and the Mavs. The West is wild. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting Western Conference playoffs. I'm very much looking forward to that. Shout out to King Lowski, Fanchise channel member, says, let's go Knicks Eastern Conference Finals for sure. JD, rapid fire thoughts on OG. OG Anunoby, man. He's back home. Sore elbow. Your thoughts on OG, man?
I don't know, CP, man. I guess the most positive, because we saw that we got the news tonight in waves where we got the Woj report first, and everybody thought everything was falling. And then we got the Tibbs pregame presser. And the best thing he said about that was an MRI came back clean. So that tells you that I don't even know what it tells you. Is it inflammation? Is it what? It's bone spurs. You're not supposed to re-aggravate it. So, I was talking to someone that I trust, and they're wondering if it's a nerve issue that they're trying to calm down, because it's like you can't re-aggravate. There's no bone spurs there anymore. So, it's a wait and see. And I'm going to tell you this, CP. This whole medical staff situation, the way the Knicks are doing this, Leon Rose has to reevaluate how, whether it's hires a different staff. I don't know. But this needs to be reevaluated. You saw the Hartenstein thing came back a little too early. Yeah. You saw OG now. How can you tell me this was expected? And yet the guy is yelling for his life.
Bro, he screamed.
You can't tell me. So you mean to tell me that you told OG, you know what? You're gonna yell out there. It's gonna hurt. They did that. That's not true.
I don't know, man. That did not look good in Portland. And he looked terrible Saturday night. Terrible. He looked like a guy that was shying away from contact. The shots were way short. He looked like he didn't want to get his elbow hit by any means. He looked terrible on Saturday night, bro. Terrible.
So, and I think you could see they try to push him. So do they believe that he has low pain tolerance and he's on his Kawhi thing where Kawhi's like, yo, if I'm not 100%, I ain't playing? Or I guess now it's gotten to the point where it is something more serious, because I don't think they would have pushed him like that. So
hard to say.
Leon Rose has to reevaluate this, man, because this is going on too. Look at, for example, Julius Randle. All of a sudden, nobody knows now what's going on.
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Well, with Julius, I've been saying I think this is the first game of the playoffs thing. I don't see it. If the guy's at risk of separating his shoulder again, then what's the point of bringing him back with, game 78?
And honestly, OG's right on the brink of that too, because when he got here, that first game against Minnesota, he played like he's been with us through training camp. And then when he got here again, right, when he came back off the surgery, that first game back, he played like he's been playing with us for the season.
Yeah.
So OG has played well. He hasn't shown that he needs so many games to get adjusted. His impact, he doesn't need practice for his impact.
Yeah.
So if you see that, then you, as a Knicks organization, you have to seriously consider just treating him like that and bringing him last week of the season or just into the playoffs to make sure if we're going to go through this again, we're going to go through this in the playoffs. We're not going through this the last week of the season, and then we have to shut you down for the playoffs. I'm not doing that.
And people in the chat said defensively he was good. He was fine. But I'm saying when I say he looked terrible, his shot and how he was moving out there, as to avoid hurting him, he wasn't fluid. Defensively, he was fine. That's his calling card. But everything else, it just didn't look right, man. And you can see
the last thing I'll say to that, CP, is, and because I say that, I think you got to consider shutting him down. How do you change his game? Look at the way he.
Right.
Do I say re-aggravated? I don't know what happened there. It was reaching. And look at the way he plays. He reaches a lot when guys drive. That's how he gets his steals, CP. So how can you tell him to completely change the way that he impacts the game?
Right.
So in other words, whenever he comes back, he's going to go right into reaching again. He's going to, try to, anticipate passing lanes. He's going to intercept passes. He's going to jump plays. He is a safety out there. And he's going to put himself at harm's way because that's the way he plays defense.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a risk again when he reaches. Is he going to snap something? Is he going to overextend something? If you know that's the way he plays, you have to make sure on this go round that when he comes back, he can handle that type of contact.
Got to, man. Salute to one of our other sponsors of the night, man, Ginger Hale's Lemonade, man. If you guys are lemonade fans, check out Ginger Hale's Lemonade, the household name in premium ginger lemonade. They have a ton of flavors to choose from the original recipe of ginger lemonade. Then they have kiwi strawberry, they have berry, you have matcha blueberry, a lot of different pineapple as well. Great flavors there from Ginger Hales. So go to gingerhales.com and use our code KFTV for 15% off your first order. So salute to Ginger Hales. All right, a couple more calls, and then we are going to wrap it up. Let's check out, see who's on the phones. 929, what's your name? Where are you calling in from? 929.
Yo. Hey, CP, what's going on, man? It's Q Styles, bro. Same person I called through last time on the Trailblazers game.
Yes, sir. How you feeling?
Ain't shit, man. Hey, look.
Family
say,
show.
Man, look at Miles McBride, though.
Family
Almost
show.
Got a 30-piece.
He has no clue.
Got a 30
All right, we gonna drop him off, man. He didn't observe the rules.
He has no clue.
He had no clue.
He was still going.
You gotta respect the call, like in basketball. You gotta respect the call. Now we're having a good night. We're conversating here. If you've been listening to the show, 3 separate times I had to tell people it's a family show. So no apologies to my man, but we had to sacrifice him tonight. All right?
He was a sacrifice.
We had to sacrifice him. This is a family show, people. And you know what? I'm gonna break this down for you why it is a family show. Why it is a family show. Because, every once in a while we get these people that are like, oh, man, you know, it's a family show. It's all lame. Why can't people curse? I got caught slipping, bro. After this Sacramento game, I was having trouble getting the live stream started. And I got caught lacking, and I didn't know I was on live. But everybody in the comment section had to remind me. So for those of you that are YouTube content creators, on each video you will see a green $sign. That means your videos are monetizing. Well, JD, on the Sacramento postgame show, there was a yellow $sign. I said, what does that mean?
Is it more money?
Oh, no.
Did I hit the jackpot?
YouTube said your video is at risk because it may not be suitable for all advertisers. Meaning they caught my family show slip in the beginning and decided to not sell the video to their advertising. So therefore, CP cost himself money by using foul language on the show. This is why we call it a family show. Yes, we want all ages to listen, but it's also good business. So we do ask kindly that everybody respects the house rules. Now, every once in a while, you might get caught slipping like I did. Sometimes you might be sipping on a weekend night. It happens. But this is a prime example.
I think the only time you let it slide is when we go to MSG, right? I think that's the only time you let it slide.
KFTV After Dark, it happens. It happens. So this is it. It is a family show, but it's also business, people. So to my man, call back anytime, but tonight is just not going to be a night. We had to sacrifice him. All right, so 585, what's your name? Where you calling it from?
Yo, hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, sir. What's your name? Where you calling it from?
Hey man, this is Al from Harlem.
Al.
Yo, I got the best take of the night, man. You ready?
Yeah.
Better because you loud.
Mad loud.
All right, good. I'm sorry. I'll turn it down.
No, it's good. It's good. Go ahead.
Listen, I've never been a fan of the Donovan Mitchell JB backcourt.
Okay.
But is this Deuce and JB backcourt a preview of what Donovan and JB could be? Talk about it.
Well, with McBride, he's getting a lot more defensive intensity, that's for sure.
But Donovan locks up too. He was when he came into the league, he was known as a defender.
Look, I'm all for it, and I think they're going to go for it. I think they're going to go for it because with a talent like that, you got to roll the dice, man. They still need one more piece to take them over the top. So I'm here for it, man. Let's get it. And you got a bona fide all-star next to him. Now, it's only one ball, and they're going to have to defend at the end of the night. But, hey, we'll see what happens. Let's cross that bridge when we get there. But good take. Good take by him, JD.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Good take by him. All right, as we go through, salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up on Free Boys. CP and JD on the ones and twos. Let's get to the key stats of the night here, JD. Let's just run through these real quick before we wrap up the show. Told you going to be an hour. We're in overtime now. All right, key stats of the night, man, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Good shooting night across the board for these Knicks, man. Knicks shot 48% from the field, 37% from downtown. It's almost similar for Golden State. 47% from Golden State, 38% from downtown. 85% from the charity stripe for the Knicks. They go 17-20. They win the rebounding battle by 5, and Golden State, even though they are a small ball team, they do rebound the ball very well. So good job by the Knicks hanging in there on the boards, although Jackson Davis had his say in this thing. 29-29, the assist battle, both teams tied it up. Both teams tying it up on the turnover battle. Knicks giving up 15 points off of their turnovers. Golden State giving up 12. Fast break points. Knicks did lose that one, 15-12. Points in the paint was even, 50-50. Both teams. Largest lead of the night for the Knicks, 15. A wire-to-wire win for the Knicks, man. Your thoughts?
Listen, they, shooting 38% on the road. I think that was key because, you matched Golden State 14 of 14 in threes. And then from there, it's all about the physicality and everything else that you contributed to the game. So I think, when you're playing a Golden State team with Curry and Klay Thompson, Draymond Green getting the guys open, being able to hit the three is key to beating a Golden State Warriors. So to me, the stat of the night for me is 14 threes made, a lot of them by McBride, saw a few by Brunson. That allowed you to keep the lead and come out with the victory tonight.
Good stuff, man. And once again, man, the key stats tonight are brought to you guys by Underdog Fantasy. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Use our code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. Play the Pick'em game, and also you can play the Daily Fantasy Draft. And who won that tonight? Did CK win? CK won tonight? I think he did. Let me double check.
He was up. He was definitely up.
CK was up. Shout out to CK on the play-by-play. Let me double-check this note real quick.
Let me see here. CK.
Yeah.
Precious.
He said, precious.
Precious. It was more Thibodeau than Precious.
Oh, my God.
I would have won. I was going to pick Gigi Jackson, but whatever.
Yeah. All right, 318. Who won it? The winner was the Tratacaster won it. 243 for Alex.
By
edging
3
out
points.
to CK by 3 points. Team Fanchise, I didn't like my team out the gates. I finished with 219 points, and then you finished with 213. But we also drafted late, though. We didn't catch the early games. So
right.
Next time we do
got
it, we didn't have
stuck with
full
a few
pool.
blowout games.
Yeah. We didn't have a full pool. So anyway, congratulations to the Tratacaster, and we'll get them next time, man. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up shortly. Semi-auto 155 on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Semi-auto, going once. All right, we're gonna wrap him up. Dan from New Jersey. Dan, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Wow.
Let's go. Rapid fire. Let's go.
JD, CP, I just came here to say a couple of things.
Yeah.
Those Warriors are old news. I didn't care that OG wasn't going to play tonight. I knew we were going to take him down. I knew. I'm not scared of made of Klay Thompson. Scared of Draymond Fiend.
Yeah.
The Deuce was loose tonight, and he cooked himself up some curry goat. I'll be back calling the next game when we beat the Nuggets.
All right, appreciate it, man. Dan from New Jersey. Great job, man. Great job. All right, man. Great show. It is late, though, and we got to get up out of here. So let me salute to the Super Chats that came in. All the Super Chats. Shout out to everybody that tapped in with us on the late night, man. You guys are animals. Great job. Shout out to Sunny Dog 8, Fanchise channel member. Dimitri, salute. RGT 85, Fanchise channel member. $10 Super Chat says that mid-season Deuce contract is yet another Leon Rose masterclass. Yes, it was. Shout out to 0031, Count Olaf's Trap Line. The 50th Burger. Fanchise channel members. There's so many great takeaways from this game. Huge win. Also, Deuce played damn near 48 minutes and only had 2 fouls on Steph Curry with like 2:51 left. Impressive. Corey Mitchell, we got you. Super Chat, son from Brooklyn. Salute to you. Jetnikov, salute to you. Sobro Al, salute to you. Jorge Cano joined the Fanchise channel member. Salute to Jorge. Rhyme Animal Chuck D, we got that. Salute to Chuck D. Everybody throw a hashtag PE in the chat. Seth Wright, $10 Super Chat, says, I love how we are playing. I have one concern. I hope that Randall can commit more on the defensive end and not turn the ball over in the playoffs. Eastern Conference Finals. Love KFTV. Love the Knicks. Let's go. Nelson Madrigal, salute to you. T, salute to you. Marty McFly, 0292. Appreciate it. Constantine, $12 Euro Super Chat. What a win by those Knicks. Let's go. Captain Clutch lead, and the rest followed. Amazing game, but also by McBride and Mr. Iron Man Josh Hart. Good morning from Germany. Let's go, Knicks. Salute to you, man. K. Marco salutes. He says, bro, people saying Loaded Lux got clapped in D.C. tonight. I hope it's not facts tonight. I mean, I can't read that unless we confirm that. But, yeah, we'll circle back on that. More, did you hear that?
I'm hearing that, but there's nothing confirmed.
Right, so we can't put that out there, man, unless it's confirmed. But appreciate the super chat. Mark Benitez, $10 super chat, and Cool Vids, man, appreciate the support, man. All right, man, JD, great show, all the mods, great show, Chuck, great show, Gamba, great show, Tyler, all of our producers. Remember that this show is available in audio podcast format, man, so no reason to miss it. Catch us on all major podcast platforms. Remember to hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys Thursday, man. Knicks versus Nuggets. JD doing play-by-play Thursday?
Yes, sir.
JD's on play-by-play Thursday. We'll see you then. Number one show for the fans, by the fans.
Hit the like button before we go out. Hit the like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes.
Absolutely. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Let's get to it, man. Knicks with a big win tonight. And today, funnily enough, the last conversation I had while I was at this conference in the city was with the chief business officer of the Warriors, David Kelly. So shout out to David Kelly if you're watching, because he was talking a lot of trash before we got up out of there. You know, Knicks Warriors. Hey, one win for the good guys.